Hello everybody and welcome back to Elm Creek. You just joined me on a nice 6:10 evening in Feb. Just collecting the mail and just looking over at the grocery mart. So it's a bit of a nice sort of dark evening at the minute. I think this is the first time we've actually done a video in the dark. Normally it's sort of like morning when we start these videos, but I just want to go through a few bits. Now the last time I saw you was around Christmas time in December, as we were looking through the open gardens, and I've done a few little bits because over winter is very quiet. There's not much to do apart from a few things to sell. It's always a time when I can just sort of fine-tune a few bits and try and go over a few bits, maybe add in a couple of bits as well. And I've just done some mods, done some tweaking, and just done a little bit of updating of a few bits as well. So it's all about trying to make the money, and boy didn't we make some money. Managed to pay back a good chunk of that loan on the last episode. Whew, that was a good one, that was. And you got to bear in mind as well, on that last episode, we didn't have a full year's worth of donuts. Because a lot of it, I was waiting for the sugar, which we couldn't do until October. So most of the year, we had no sugar. So the donuts, remember, I actually bought a couple of pallets. So I was desperate to get some donuts out to try and, you know, give us a boost on the bank balance. So if that was only, I don't know exactly, but if that was only half the year even of donuts, just think. Hopefully now we should be in for a full year, because over here we've got enough sugar now. Oh, this is a noisy thing. Yep, 288,000 litres of sugar, so that should keep it going for just a bit. But anyway, look, moving on. The reason you join me here in the evening is because I've got a few things to sell. So with the lorries there, it's full. It's literally, it is full. 50 pallets of the thing in that's full, and it's got to go here. And I was doing this off camera, and then I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to park it up for the night. I'm going to go bed myself, because the time I was messing about with this, it literally was 5 o'clock in the morning. It had been a long one. Been a long night. And I thought, no, I've got to stop. Literally, the sun's about to come up in real life. So I just wanted to go through in this episode and give you a bit of an update of a few things what have gone on, but without trying to drag it out too much, which I can rabble on about a few things, so I'm going to do my best to sort of fly through this if we can. We need to move on till March because we can't do much until March. If we're going to have a look in here and have a look on here, we're in Feb. We could do cotton. No interest in doing cotton at the minute, really, because you need to get the spinnery, the tailor, and all that kind of stuff. No. Not in this episode, on this series. Maybe another series we will. But I do want to put some grass back in. I'll explain in a little bit why, but we're out of the season for that. So March is where we need to be so we can do things. So we want to do oats, and a lot of them. And I think that's about it, really, apart from grass as well. So I need to work out what fields we're going to do. I don't know yet. I'm going to have a think about what I want to do. Thinking about making these two grass up here. You know, we've got these two up here, making them grass. And then literally, that one, 56, I definitely want to make oats because that is a good field. We've had a look in here. You see, it's got loam and sandy loam. The rate on that one, quite a low seed rate, yield is pretty good. So yeah, definitely want to go through that one. So I'm thinking grass on them too, and literally oats, and more oats. One of these I do want to save for soybeans, which I think is going to be a first on this series. I don't think we've done soybeans yet, and I will explain in just a second. So I went through and I did actually bin out some equipment because I sort of, you know, when you just have time to yourself and you go through thinking, I don't really need him. I want to tidy up the yard a bit. So the red trailer's gone because I've got a 50,000 litre beastie triple axle thing there. I don't need it. So it went. Got me a bit more money back. I know you're thinking, oh, red tractor, that was brand new. No, it's okay. That's just, I was going to say down in the other yard. It's not another yard, but it's just a bit busy somewhere else at the minute. So the trailer went. The red trailer's gone. The plough's gone. And the lawnmower's gone. I know you're thinking, well, I've just said about doing grass. The lawnmower's gone. I've upgraded it. I've treated myself. Because we got some money in. I've not touched the loan. It's still the same as what it was on the last one. But through Jan, I had to sell some things as well because some products needed selling. So I went and sold them off camera. Got another boost of money. We're still at 196,000 now. So the money's gone up and down a little bit. I've treated myself to some bits. It's all good. So I also got rid of something else that was quite expensive. All the chickens are doing well. All the heater's on. Yeah, don't blame it. Needs to be on. The roller's still here. You might remember here, I had a deep cultivator. This is a shallow cultivator, which sort of just skims the top. I established in one of my episodes that I did a lot of cultivating and then realized cultivating and plowing is bad for the environment in the sense of your environmental score on here. At the minute, we're at 77. We're doing pretty well. A lot of that is going to be down to the fact that we haven't got weed control because weeds are turned off. But I have heard a little rumor by a weeder just run it over a field so the game thinks you weeded it, and that will change the score. Even though you've not actually done it, you don't need it, you got no weeds, they'll do it anyway. So we might look into that one. Might do that off camera and see. So I got rid of the deep cultivator. It's about a couple $100,000, so it's like I got a nice chunk of money back for that. Don't need it. Everything's the same, but oh, what's this? This is the new swather. Trying to say that with your teeth in, a swather. This is basically a lawnmower with like a big header, and I treated myself to this because it wasn't ridiculous price, but it literally swaths it out the middle. It's 9 meters. The other one was 3, so it's bigger. It's got caster wheels at the back, so it's you drive it like you're drunk. But it's, yeah, that's going to be good fun. And obviously it doesn't really matter too much if it swaths or spreads it out or what it does, because we've got the big trailer with arms. That's how we're going to pick it up. Anyway, let's quickly move on then. They're still doing everything in there, I think. Let's just go and have a look over here. I'm trying my best to go through this quickly, but without literally racing through it. Everything across here is all normal. These, you missed it in the last month. They had their little like white tunnel roof things on them because it was frosty, and yeah, like little protective polytunnel things. It looked quite cool actually. I have got a picture. If I will maybe have a look at you and try and show you that somewhere. Might find it on Instagram as well. If you want to follow me, Craigie Games across all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everything. Just look for Craigie Games and you'll see different things. You might get sneaky peeks as well if you're following Instagram. That's what I tend to sort of do as well. And if you find me on Steam as well, you'll find that all the pictures are on there well early in advance. So everything that's normal on here then, this is pumping out the poop. Literally, it's pumping it out. We've got about, what, 326? Is that 300? Oh, 326,000. We've got some seeds in here. I did buy some wheat for that because I'm like, I need seeds. The greenhouse over there was running out, and I'm like, I need seeds. So I did have to go and buy some. Got it from this thing as well. It's not a bad cost, a few grand. And I did also do that as well for the grain mill. I did go and buy 3 lots or 3 trailerfuls, 50,000 litres each of oats to put in the grain mill, because everything was going to come to a stop. The donuts were going to stop because it ran out of flour. I can't be having that. So I sorted that out. Again, I think it was, could have been around about 10 grand per trailer. So yeah, it's not the best, but hey ho, we're going to be okay next year. So just scooting through here. Yeah, the maple syrup is bulging. I mean, it's literally bulging. This is 50 pallets worth, and there are 1,000 litre pallets each. Just, we need that noise, that cha-ching. You can see some money's worth there. I did store them on the trailer because I thought, oh, I was going to get them ready to take out. I think it's either Feb or March they're ready, but I noticed there's a few other products that were ready before, so I had to literally empty the trailer back out on the ground here because I've got nowhere else to put them. So they've been here through winter. Not an issue. If we go and scoot over it, I did put a little light in here just to light it up a little bit. There's 3 on the ground here. And yeah, this is still churning away. We've got nearly 72,000 litres still left in here. So, how many more pallets is that actually? If we go on here, you'll spawn 72. Holy moly. So yeah, we've got a lot of pallets of maple to get through. That's next month though, the best price to that is. Quickly moving on then, you might have spotted these things. Now these are things that I've just realised. They're like a factory mod pack that you can find on Mod Hub, and they do certain things. They're like 10 grand per one, and this one, oh, without running up the building, oh, without jumping either, there we go. This one does like French fries, it does premium potatoes, sugar beet, and pig food. Now I'm not interested in the pig food, got no pigs, don't need that at the minute. Sugar beet was what I was interested in because these being moddy ones do pump out just a little bit more and a bit quicker than the inbuilt ones on the map. So the sugar beet factory was a bit slow and it was struggling to keep up, even though I pumped it with like several 100,000 litres of sugar beet. These are also taking it from the gardens and coming into here. And as you can see down here, the sugar, it's pumping the sugar. It's like converting the sugar beet into sugar, and then it's distributing it out to the relevant places that need it. Also, we've got potatoes making French fries. So as you can see, we've got nearly 62,000 litres. This has all gone on over winter because I've had to go through time from December to Feb. Prune potatoes as well. It's just more things that we can sell. More money, you see, at a cheaper price, because these are 10 grand each. And very small to place. Perfect for a map like this. If you've got no room for like big factories, this is what you want. So these are wicked, these were. And I didn't know about these until... they weren't on the last episode because I didn't know about them. And then I sort of found out about them. And this is what I mean. I've been like trying to put these in. There's another one there, does exactly the same. So we've got 2 pumping out sugar beets, 2 pumping out potatoes, and premium potatoes. And the French fries. So yeah, this is pretty cool, this. The gardens are just like normal. Some of them, like these are doing sugar beets. They're doing sugar beets as well. These are doing potatoes. And these are doing strawberries. These are doing lettuces, and they're doing Tommies. So 3 doing Tommies, 3 doing lettuce, 3 doing, what did I say, there's more strawberries, 3 doing taters, and 3 doing sugar beet. Now, I did try and activate everything in these. The list was like to the top of the screen. Didn't work out right. I don't know what was going on, but it just didn't seem to help at all. So I'm not really sure what that was all about. I thought you could activate them all, but it didn't seem to work right. It was really lagging behind and struggling. So really I could do with some more of these, because I want soybean to, you know, make a drink, which I'll show you in just a second. Water and soybean make some soya drink. Sounds lovely. But again, it's another product. So that's why I'm going to do a field of of soybean, because I've got no room to put the gardens. Now, if you're anything like me, I've got no room to make it even along here and put like another row in. There's just not enough room here, you see, to put another one in. So it means I'd have to put like 3 in, and it would look hard and it would bug me. So it's like, nope, I'm afraid can't do that. So we're just going to leave these as they are. Don't need to worry about corn, because we've got a lot of corn in the silo. But one thing else I have done. And while I'm running down the path, let's put the torch on. Because like I said, it's a bit dark. Through the little stream. Over to here. I put some more little street lights in here. Just around the area for the chickens. I put some big floodlights in over there, but these I just wanted something little. Cows. Let's talk about cows. So, I told you in the previous episode that I'd upped the cow capacity to hold 1,000 in here. Because these pens, these are great. Waters itself, you just put food in and then you get the milk out of here. That's really all I wanted. We don't need to worry about manure because we've got the manure factory. But they've reproduced. We had 40 in here, we've got 80 now. So they're starting to like kick out the milk. They're starting to chuck out the, or eat the way through the food. It's going out of fashion. So that's the same what we've got here as well. This pen's done the same as well. We've now got 80 in here, so we've got 80 in both. So they're like really, progressing, they are. And then we've got these here. Again, another little factory, but this one does something different. If we go in here, this one has different things in it. Like all the little factories that do different things. This is more like a dairy factory. It's a dairy production. The other ones were potato productions, I think they were. So this, you can make strawberry ice cream. So you can see in the middle, milk, strawberry, makes the ice cream. And we've got some here. You can do like an oat drink as well, which is oat, water, and it makes the oat drink. Soybean drink, which I started to do because of the little gardens, and then I had to change them a little bit because I realised I messed up on them. So that's why we've got a few in there. And butter and cheese. Now again, being little factories, 10 grand each. These are modded, so they're a slight bit quicker than the ones in-game. So I have actually gone and got rid of the inbuilt dairy. So I'm just running these now to do me cheese and butter and everything, and also the ice creams. Because the in-game one was slow. And it was a slow churn, and it was struggling to keep up with the chocolate. But these little things are doing a cracking job. And I've just found out that I've left a little pallet of cheese, which we'll just tuck over here. Is it going mouldy already? Or is that Stilton? But yeah, so they are great. You'll find them on Mod Hub if you want to get them. They're so handy because they're just little. You just got a little bit here, and then you just dump all the stuff in here, and it spawns all here, as you saw with this one. And then we've got these as well, because why not? I've not got enough factories. This does tomato sauce, mixed salad, grapes, and raisins. We're just going to have a quick look in here. As you can see, all it takes is tomatoes, we get tomato sauce, tomatoes and lettuce, we get a mixed salad, raisins from the grapes, and grape juice. So I am tempted again to get rid of the actual inbuilt factory, what's doing our raisins, because it's slower, this is quicker, and it pumps them out better, and obviously the raisins are going across to the cereals and so on, and we can get grape juice. So once it runs out of products in there, I'm tempted to sell it, get some money back from that. One little well, not a mistake, but one thing I did do on the grapes and olives here, which we've got by the warehouse, I did set that to distribute, thinking, oh, well, let's just send some of the grapes across to these. Without realizing, these bad boys hold 1 million liters each in these factories. So when I went to the grapes, I'm like, where are my grapes gone? Because you can see on the olives, they're at just over 1.1 million. Well, they've suddenly disappeared. I'm like, where are they gone? And it's basically gone between these two. We've got some in there and some in there, nearly 500,000 each. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to stop that and go back to storing them. But yeah, this is just another, like the gardens are making tomatoes, the gardens are making lettuces. They're just all like, it's extra money. You know, they're just pallets and they just spawn as pallets. Now these, tomato sauce and lettuce, currently what's sat in the wagon ready to sell. They're the best sell in Feb. So that's what we're going to be doing in just a second. But one more quick thing I need to show you. We're already up to sort of nearly 17 minutes in this video, so I do apologize. I don't want to keep turning it into just a massive talk and a guided tour thing, but I need to show you what's been done. Because if we suddenly jump to a video and come over here and you'd be like, oh, hold on a minute, where's this come from? This was all done off camera because it takes a bit of work, a bit stressful, back and forth, resetting the game sometimes when it goes completely wrong and you put something down. Like here, I was tempted to redo it again because this is crept over onto the road, but it can't be perfect. This thing is helping me out then. This is the cow food mixer. And I'll just quickly go through. It's loud. Straw in there, silage, hay, and it basically makes the cow food. And you put the mineral feed in here. And it holds a lot of stuff in there, as you can imagine. We've got, what? 491,000 litres of straw in there, but it just looks nothing. Silage as well. We've got 407,000 litres of silage in there. It holds 1.8 million, so it just looks nothing. So this is why I need grass to be able to make more hay, more silage, and then obviously the fields we're going to get from the straw when we do the oats. So yeah, that's what that is, because them bad boys over there are just absolutely eating through the TMR. And then at the back of this, we've got this, which is you just simply, there's the red tractor, and you just pump the TMR into here. And I have to use this because a normal trailer for some reason won't work to feed the cows. I have no idea why. It just doesn't come up with a tip trigger. It just doesn't show me, but this thing, it does. Maybe the normal trailers are not high enough or they're too low, or I don't know. But I have to use this. But all it does is pump out the right mixed TMR, fill this up, whiz it over there, and that's why I've put it here, so it's right next to where the cows are. Beautiful. No more trying to mix the ratios up myself in the silo. Just does it all for us. So I got that when I sold the inbuilt dairy. That let me fund that one. And then speaking of dairies, I replaced it with this thing. Again, another mod, just a small little dairy. Very noisy. Yeah, very noisy. Again, because it's a modded one, it's going to be slightly improved on performance over the inbuilt one. This is basically doing butter, cheese, and chocolate, but I wanted that mainly for the chocolate because the other dairy couldn't pump out the chocolate quick enough and the chocolate donuts were starting to suffer. So that thing's a bit quicker and it's helping. Now the cheese and butter, I don't really need to activate them because we've got two there what are doing cheese and butter. But hey ho, why not have them all do it? More cheese, more butter, more money. So, I think we are finally up to date. And normally I would have done a lot of this on camera so you could watch. It would have probably took a couple of episodes, but because we've got the 40 episode limit and trying to get the 2.5 mil, I'm like, I really can't afford to waste some of these. So that's why I'll take an episode like this to just quickly talk through with you. I just don't, you know, I can't afford 2 or 3 episodes. Try and like actually go through and do it all. It takes a lot of time, them things do. I mean, it took me literally hours. I mean, hours. I should have took a screenshot of how many hours I've been on the game. I think it was 6 to do all that, because you have to make sure it's all level, and oh no, you made a mistake. Reset it, go back again. Yeah, it was a lot of hassle, but you know, we did it. So yeah, everything's looking good. In here, actually, let's just go and open this up. Oh no, they're the beacons. So these are the mixed salad and Tommy sauce pallets that I was telling you about. It's a full trailer, and the best sell price for these is right here. Let's put all the lights on. This one here in the yard is the best one, and Feb is the best time. So this is why I had to stop it at night. I've been working through Feb to do most of that stuff there, and I had to stop it so we could get this done. This is why we have to do this at night, unfortunately. What have we got? 108,735 with nearly a 9 grand environmental score. Woo, baby. You see, and that's literally the new productions that I put in after the last episode in December. It's only had, what? Part of December. It was nearly the end of the day. Part of December, Jan, and we're into the end of the day Feb. So a couple of months. And we've got that. Just extra. Just for having them open gardens, doing Tommies and lettuce and stuff like that. I mean, this is a win-win. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to have a look through and see what else I can find, if anything else needs to go in Feb before we move on to March. When we move on to March, we'll go and tackle, we'll do some planting, and we'll see what else. Maple syrup, I think, is in March. Let's go and have a look. Yep, March. Yeah, March. And you do have to check some of these figures, because it says there Feb 4362, but at the selling station at the yard here, 4428. It's already exceeded. But then does that mean, is it going to go up higher in March, or is it going to go down? Is the game a little bit ahead? This is anything what's a bit worrying. Do I cut my losses now? Because it does say it's peaking at 4362 and it's 4428. But it still says it's going up. Do we risk it and go into March? Or not? Let me go and have a look and see what else needs to go in Feb first. So just having a look through the list then, it says premium potatoes are good. They're exceeding the actual highest price. It's the same as the maple. It's above what it says is the highest price. I'm like, it's not showing that that should be necessarily the highest day according to the graph, but it is above. So I'm going to go for the premium potatoes, and we're going to see if we can try and get them. Because we have got some here. So premium potatoes, we're going to spawn them 89 pallets. Oh, that had the 700 litre per pallet. That confused me a little bit. Then I'm like, oh, that's a lot. So let's go and see if we can spawn some of them on. Look at this. There is actually quite a few things. So the potatoes in both of these are going to go, but we're not obviously going to get all them on. So we're going to get a trailer full first. Somebody's going to stock up here. How many are left to actually spawn out now? Oh, still quite a lot. So I think I'm going to have to do these in stages. So I'm going to take these across, come back. I did accidentally pick up 2 more maple syrups from there when I tried to swing around. So I had to go dump them over there. But yeah, we've got... Basically, it was 83 in here. It's going to be the same amount in there because they're doing exactly the same thing. Oh, there's a lot of things to sell. I also noticed across at the other factories, the soya drink is good to go this month. The strawberry ice cream is also good to go this month, as well as butter and cheese. Now they're held up in the warehouse. I don't know how much is in there, but I've transferred them all across to the warehouse. When the factories were doing them, I transferred them across. So there should be nothing left in the factories, and because the menu's so big here, I'm not going to be able to find them. That's a small dairy. Yeah, the menus are too big, so we'll have to have a look when we go over there. So the best sell point is the one by the silo. So let's take it across. So trailer number 1, premium potatoes is here, ready to sell. Let's go. Is this going to be a good payday? 700 litres per pallet, not the best maybe. 58,000. I mean, with the environmental, yeah, not to be sniffed at. Let's go back. We've got another trailer's worth, and then we've got to do the other one as well. So let's go back and get another trailer. So this is trailer number 2 then. These little factories are so good. And when I first started this map and bought the other bigger factories, these weren't out. So these have only come available not long ago. So these are awesome. Unless it's just me that I've not spotted them, and they have actually been out a little while. But if you've got them, you'll know how good these are. They really are good. And it's, just think, 10 grand per one. And it's making you a lot of money, as you can see here. The factory's already paid for itself just on the taters. And we've not done French fries yet. Now this is the second trailer, which was part of the first one. And I've topped it up with part of the second one, if that makes sense. Because it didn't quite fill out another trailer load. So this is the remains of the first one and a few from the second one. Not bad. You can see that it is actually dropping slightly. So obviously as you sell, the demand will slowly come down. So the price is dropping a little bit. But not to worry. Let's go back and get another trailer load. So load number 3 then, I thought we were going to be able to get them all on this one. But you got to bear in mind, the reason why we've got so many pallets, because they're only 700 litres each. They're not 1,000 litres each. So they're obviously a smaller quantity, which means obviously we're going to end up with more pallets. So I am going to have to go back for another one, which I will do that off camera. Because we have got other things that we need to sell. It is just going to turn into a massive episode of selling. So 40,000, it looks like the price is dropping for these. But it's still a good amount, really. So I'm going to go back and get the next one. And then we'll head over and get the strawberry ice cream and the soya drinks. So we're over here at the little dairy production then. 2 more trailer loads of potatoes from there. 2 more. Wow. That is the only thing with the output being like little pallets. 700 litre pallets, you end up with a lot more pallets than if they were like 1,000 litres or 2,000 litres. And I've just noticed that these are going to be exactly the same as well. 700 litre pallets, there's 86. So there's going to be a couple of runs from this. And then we've got soya drinks as well. 48. At least they will all fit on one load itself. Yeah, okay. So let's go through and put as many of these on as we can. Ooh. Strawberry ice cream. Mixed in with a bit of cheese. The cheese is going to go as well because it was the pallet that was sat there and I forgot. As soon as I activated the auto load on the wagon, the cheese was like, on board, I'm going. Like, oh, okay. You know what, let's leave the curtain open. I was going to shut the curtain, but so yeah, we're going to have to come back, and obviously the one next to it is going to have the same again. So I think what's best is I'm going to go through and empty both of these and sell them, and then we've also got to do some butter and cheese, but that's going to the fast food restaurant. So that's, at least it's somewhere different. So let me crack on and get these sorted. I just thought I would let you know because you're going to see the bank balance jump up and think, hang on, what happened here? So I'm not going to make you sit through and watch me keep going back and forward and doing all these, but I'll get these done, and I'll see you when we go and tackle the warehouse, the butter and cheese. Something else quickly I just wanted to let you know then. I didn't realise until I was editing the last episode about doing this, the new open garden, that I realised that I painted the floor the wrong colour compared to the rest of the yard. It was only when I was editing it, I was like, oh, hold on a minute. I didn't notice it when actually making the recording, when doing it like now. Didn't notice it. Only in the editing, I'm like, that's the wrong floor compared to what the rest of the yard is. So I did have to go through and tweak it and change it. But yeah, just in case you're kind of wondering, like, the last episode, it was a darker floor, and now it's the light grey to match the rest of the farm. Didn't spot it until editing. Too many hours farming, that's what it is. So this is the second trailer of the strawberry ice cream. This is the remainder of the first little dairy factory and part of the second one. 101,210. Ooh-wee. Do you know, I would love to see my mate Nikki's face at this point where she set that 40 episode goal and 2.5 million profit, thinking, I'm already several million in debt. It's not going to happen. Thank you, small factories. You might just be saving my bacon. Although I must admit, I wasn't too worried because I knew we got the donut factory and I know donuts are pretty good. I wasn't too worried. But then these little mini factories that are costing 10 grand and are just sitting there churning away. What we want. Tire tracks kind of need to take a swing round in the field here to get round this side. Hit these up. Put the auto load back on. I have to make sure we turn it off because otherwise if we scooting by anything like the eggs, it would just suddenly grab them and be like, no, we don't want to sell any eggs. We're not going to fit them all on here again. Look at that. It's a beautiful sight, that, isn't it? You can just see money, money, money. That's all, that's all I can think of when you see this. Right, I'm going to head and get this done and then come back and get, hopefully, the next trailer load should be the last one. Still got soya drinks to do as well. You know, I'm not sure if we're going to have any time to do any actual farming in this episode, so I might have to save that. We might have to do that on the next one, so let's get rid of these. So I'll be honest, there was a lot more things than I had initially planned for at the start of this episode that were available to sell in Feb. I didn't think there was much apart from the trailer that I'd sat there and preloaded ready, and the maple syrup was a bit 50-50. Do I cut my losses and go now where the prices are okay? Well, they're actually pretty good. Or do we see what happens in March when supposedly that is the best time? Didn't realise the cheese was the best this time. Butter, still got to do them. This is, we've wiped out all them the two little dairies down there now. This is the last of the soya. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. We just go through the trees. This is a soya, like, well, soya beans and water, soya drink. So they're only little pallets again, 700 litre pallets, but the price of these are not very good. But it's still money. So it's at the best price we can get is right now. That's why we're selling them. But look, a full trailer load, top right, 27,847 with 2-3 on the environmental score. So around about 30k for a trailer full. Now, again, it's all money. You know what I mean? We've done a couple of them. I mean, that was one trailer each on the soy drink, so about 60k for that. It's not bad. It's better than a kick in the privates, you know what I mean? So it's not bad. But the ice cream. Now, obviously, yeah, that's milk and strawberry, so they're not even using the same products. Water, soybean. We might as well run them both anyway. It just means doing a field full of soybeans so we can actually go and put them in. And then, obviously, we can make the drink then. We're lacking soybeans at the minute, but they don't take much, which is good. They're quite slow on the old soybean. Actual, yeah, 1 soybean, 10 water. So we're right on that. We just need to go, like I said, we need to go plant a field. And we can do that in the next month. But yeah, this has just been a major sell. And I've still got the butter and cheese to do. I'm not sure what to do about the maple syrup. Because if we go and have a look on here, and if we go and have a look, got to remember, the cheese and butter have got to go across the road. They've got to go over there to the fast food restaurant, literally directly in front of us. So we've got to make sure that we take that to the right place, otherwise we're in trouble there. It's the best price. But I don't know what to do about the maple syrup. If we have a look on here, so the maple syrup actual selling point for it is worse than this one right here to this one here, right to the sides in the bottom right. Oh, just jumped out of the wagon, wrong button. So 4428. Apparently, it says there the highest is going to be 4362. So we are higher, but you can see the green arrow still going up, which means it is still climbing. And it says, Feb, where we are now, you can see is the bottom, like the second or the third down bar, darker grey bar. Look at March to the left. Oh, you see, it shows it's going to be higher. So if it's still going up, that means we could still get more money. But is that going to peak somewhere through the early hours? Or like, could it suddenly start dropping by the time we wake up at 8 AM? Do we risk it and go for March, or do we cut our losses and get it now at 4428 when it says 4362? But if that goes to like 5, just think of the amount of money we could get off them pallets. We've got so many of them. First, butter and cheese. So we can have a look at the butter now. We can see that the butter's best is at the fast food restaurant. It's going for 2964 per 1,000 litres. And supposedly the best was in Jan. It says it's 2913. The 2964 was still on for a good amount of money here. I've tagged it. I know it's only across the road. But I have actually just go and remove a tree from their property. And I have just gone and moved the tables and chairs over. And I know that you're thinking, why have you done this? Because there was a tree right here, and it meant you had to, with an Arctic, it was a bit tricky to sort of scoot in. You really want to try and run down here, because otherwise it's going to start, pallets are like you're not going to get it all in, and it's going to sort of be dribs and drabs when trying to sell it. And I've kind of moved the tables and chairs over because these do all just move. Sorry. So I just wanted to make sure that we could like get across it all. What I'm gonna have to do as well, I'm gonna have to open up these here, and then we've got a full trailer, but there's still more to go. There's so many pallets. I'm not complaining. It's all money at the end of the day. We need to. How do we work out now? How do we tip curtain side? Close curtain side. I want to pick. How do we work out? How we swap what curtain it's on? Maybe we have to close it first. Yeah, so we had to close it first before we could actually see, like, and swap it across to what curtain side. You can open the back doors. You can open the back of the curtain. You can go from the back of the curtain to the front to back, and all that. So let's go and get in here, and we'll see if we can slowly go this through, and we can get rid of all this butter. Butter's going to go a lot slower. But at least we can get level on the trigger now, which is good. I did try it with something else. Someone else had to come here when I was in Jan. It might have actually been it might have been cheese and butter that I had to get rid of here. It might have been the best price again then. It did say it was meant to be, but it's still a good price in Feb. But yeah, I had to kind of keep creeping through, and it was at a funny angle because that stupid tree. Oh, 148,221 with a 12,262. Over 150k. Oh, the money's just flowing. So yeah, now that tree's gone, you had to scoot it in a bit of an angle, and it was like bits would sell and bits would miss because you couldn't get the trailer in out, and it just kept coming up with a load of green lines at the top going, this sold, environmental score, then another bit and another bit and another bit. It's like, oh no, can't be having that. We like the nice big amount. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go pick up some more, and we'll come back when we get the last trailer full of cheese. So I think this is going to be the last actual full loaded cheese, so I thought I'll show you this one. This has been a lot of cutscenes on this one, so I do apologize for keep cutting and chopping all through this, but there's just so many different bits we need to get in, and time is ticking. This is still going to be a longer episode than normal. We're not going to have any time to do any actual field work. We've still got maple syrup to sell in the next month. This is just mental. So the cheese on the first one sold for over £250,000 on the first load. I have wrecked me grass and everything. You can see all the tire marks cutting across the field. I've wrecked their grass around here. It's all going on, but it's what we've got to do. So let's go and sell some of this. And cheese is a little bit slower, so we do have to make sure we go through steady. And the money is just flying up again. Keep creeping forward slowly. It's around about these a little cutout in the path there. Keep creeping so we get it all in one go. Get a nice big sum at the end. Unless the price is dropping, let's see. 294,075 and a 24. Over 300k. Oh, on cheese to how much does a fast food restaurant want cheese? Badly. We had about 100 pallets. So the first time I did it, it didn't load properly, and it only loaded 44 pallets. It just didn't auto-load properly, and it left gaps in them, and then they all, like, bits tried to go in where they should have been, and it kind of, like, all landed on top of each other in a funny way, so it only got 44. And that was when I didn't realise that, and I saw the 250,000 and thought, oh, that's a good price. I'm glad I've shown you this one now with a full 50 load, or 50 pallet load trailer. There's still a few more to go, but I think this is just going to be a bit of a dribble. Now, also, if you do get this warehouse, just a bit of advice for you. I did go round, you can see to the right over there. I did sweep round that way so I could see it on the curtain side. That was a bad idea, that was, because it confused me when I got the trailer across both trigger points on the warehouse. So the pickup point and the tip point as well. So I noticed the cheese was like going out and then coming back in. I'm thinking, what is going on? It's paused, the game's paused, nothing should be distributed. I'm like, what's going on here? Then I kind of realized, you know, my stupid mistake there. I'd got the trailer, so it was trying to tip it and load it. It was just going round and round and round. What an idiot. I think this shows that I've spent too much time doing farm. I need to have a break. I need a holiday. Oh, are we finally gone? Yes, we're finally done. I shouldn't really be relieved that we're finally done because it's all money. Oh yeah, just a little dribble there. But cheese had been stored. We had been stocking up cheese for a little while. And the butter as well. And it had been all dumping it in there, so we just sort of... We've cashed it all in now. And this is just mental amount of money. I'm so glad that I kind of showed you all this, because otherwise you wouldn't have realised from the last time we were here why the bank balance has suddenly jumped up to... We are now 1.8 million, nearly 1.9 million in profit. You would have kind of seen it from the last episode, which... Well, I can't remember if I'm honest. We were a couple hundred, were we? Actually, no, the last time you saw me, we just done the donuts, so we were quite rich there. And then obviously all the little work I've done brought us down to about 180, I think it was. Now we're back up to 1.8, and we still got... we still got these. And an absolute load more. Let's see if we can try and load some of these on. There's 2 are going to remain here because they shouldn't have been in there. They got in there by mistake. There's 50 pallets. 1,000 litres each. 50,000 litres. Let's turn her off. Let's lights off. Let's get out. And let's go home. Being a millionaire. You know what? Let's do this again, shall we? You know what? I'm not gonna put... you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna put you through that. Let's repay some of this. They really need to give me more than 5,000 repay on this, because I'm sitting here now working my thumb like mad trying to push this button as quick as I can, because this video is already over 40 minutes long. There's not really much to edit out of this, because this has been live edited as I've been going. All these cutscenes have been done live as I've been going. So let's go down. Let's just keep going now. Are we are getting so close to actually paying this loan off. This is actually a good thing to do before going to bed, isn't it? Of course, because paying it off means the repayments are going to be a lot cheaper. If I'd gone bed, we still would have paid £3 million worth of like the repayment, whatever that is. And there's about 10 grand, is it, something like that? So let's see if we can go down to what? Oh, let's see, about 1.5 mil. Can we get down to 1.5 mil? Yeah, and it still leaves us a good amount of money in. 374,161, 1.5 mil. I think that is a pretty good day. I think we can afford a holiday now, can't we? So, yes. Little factories, are they worth it? Hell yeah, they're worth it. 10 grand each. The money you get back, definitely worth doing. And we've got maple syrup. Another pallet there. 2 over there. And what did we say? How many more was actually in here? Maple syrup spawn 72. Jesus. And if I'm right, now I don't think it's going to matter too much. But if I'm right, it's still potentially meant to go up on the value on maple syrup. It's still meant to go up come tomorrow, or well, in March. It's meant to go up. According to the figures. Let's see, shall we? Thank you so much for watching then, and putting up with this back and forth for selling all these things. We will get to do some farm in the next episode. We'll sell the maple syrup, and as far as I'm aware, that's it then. We're pretty much done with selling. We've got some grass to do, oats to do, and that's what tomorrow's going to be. 1 field of soybeans, 2 fields of grass, the rest oats. So do join me for that then. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.